What's going on, Solid Steppers? It's Miss Ward coming to you. Right now I'm in Lake City, Florida. I'm headed up to Valdosta to knock out some jobs with some of my techs today. You know, what other business can you do? Can you travel and work and get paid to travel and work? What? Build your business around where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. And the beautiful part about it is, you know, when I get to travel like this, I get to look at properties, which is, of course, where 99% of my investments are, in real estate, in areas I normally would never get to see. I also get to reflect and review demographics. See, that's how real bosses move, is that you don't stay stagnant. You move and you plant seeds in places, in fertile ground where they're going to grow and not pay you today, but for a lifetime. See, that's real boss moves. And I learned that by watching people around me. You know, people be like, Miss Ward, do this, Miss Ward, know that. First of all, Miss Ward have made plenty of damn mistakes. You know, I shot my shot and sometimes I failed. In fact, 90% of the time I failed. That's why I know what I know. But I got out here and I did it. And I didn't do it the way other people did it. I did it the way that I knew I could structure and build, and the way I knew was going to work for me. So prime example, shout out to Thaddeus. We had a great accountability meeting. I have a monthly accountability call that I offer. If you're interested in being a part of that accountability group and in those meetings, feel free to click the link. We do a monthly meeting and follow up to make sure your business is in order and to help you get on the path and keep you there. See, that's what I mean about business. See, I simply offer what I needed when I started my business, because I'm a boss in the sense that I think that way. I think about, okay, what do I need to be successful consistently? And I only am interested in working with people who have been in the business, because then I'm not dealing with a situation where I can tell you what to do and then you go do what you want to do and then you fail and then you got an attitude. But if you had done what I told you to do, you would have been good. But most people, it doesn't make sense when you first get in business, some of the moves you make, simply because it doesn't make sense, because you're not business. I mean, you're not business in the traditional sense. And, you know, people think you can just follow a course, follow a book, put things in place. But the thing is, there is a sauce, and that sauce is called ingenuity and work ethic. Like right now, where am I? I am several hundred miles from my home taking care of this client. When I got up this morning, I had several more clients added. And so I just structure and move my guys accordingly. And I develop relationships in the most lucrative markets. It's that simple. But I had to get off my ass and go create those relationships, you know. And then you got to stand behind. Like one of my guys texted me this morning. He's like, I need to head in that direction. Let me know when you land. I'm like, I'm already here. Now, he's probably in shock that I'm here, but I've been here. Because I can't be a boss if I don't lead by example. You know, and, you know, I really just want to grow these areas and really turn them over to people I'm coaching or people I'm working with in those areas. Because for me, I think legacy is off of who you help and how they grow. You believing in somebody when they don't believe in themselves, or you being a light along the way where other people couldn't find their way. Like, keep being traditional. That's all I'm going to say, because traditional is not going to get it. If you can't look at how all these industries are struggling, from prime example, you look at hotels and you look at Airbnb. Hotels had no idea that Airbnb was going to come and dominate like it did, but they weren't willing to change their format for that caliber of customer that wanted to be able to book their appointments all over the world, live in a comfortable space without the drama. You know, yeah, there's drama with Airbnb, but you get the gist. Same thing with the taxi market. When you look at taxis, the taxi industry had no idea that Lyft and Uber was coming. And when it came, they thought it was a joke. Well, guess what? Who was the joke on? At the end of the day, you need to be in front of the curve, and you never doubt your ingenuity. You guys have ideas every day. What you have to do is get up and put those ideas in action and follow them through and adjust when necessary. The young man I talked to this morning in the coaching session, the 2-hour session, we talked about his business, we talked about where he came from and where he wants to go, and the challenges, you know, from business credit to personal credit to training to technicians, you know, to the fact that he had already been exposed to high end, and he was trying to follow everybody else's path, when the reality is he should have stayed in high end. But the key is, when you don't understand or you don't have the support system to do so, you make the choices you know how to make. So we've all done that. But that's why I'm telling people, take your time, get your head together, and move accordingly. You know, people want to sit here and they want to go slumming in their own city and fight with people who, number one, aren't giving the superior service you are, aren't working as hard as you are, aren't as sincere and honest with the customer. Let them stay in that damn cesspool. Go and build your, what they say, go west, young man. Build your relationships in areas where your service is appreciated and where you can grow and be a great tech and enjoy what you do every day. And sometimes that's not 5 minutes from your house. That's the conversation I had with this young man. Unbelievable abilities, great drive and ambition, you know, trying to take a route that he's seen with some people in the warranty companies, you know, ran into some challenges, you know. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get up, you got to grow up, and you got to get it done. And that's all I can say at this point. You know, you got to get up, you got to grow up, and you got to get it done. And you got to get it done in a way that works for you. You don't have to travel like I do. There are other things you can do. We talked about those things in that call. You know, you can do certain things, put some money behind some ads and dominate. But be careful how you move and be able to adjust. You know, most people can adapt with change. They think that they're going to eat from the same well at all times, and that's not life. Life is ever changing, but if you are truly on top of your business acumen and watching the data, you're going to know where to turn, where to tweak, where to sharpen up. You know, I sit and I watch people keep trying to run these standstill businesses, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be feasible. And it's not feasible now, but it's really not going to be feasible in the near future. You're going to have to specialize, you're going to have to dominate, and you're going to have to duplicate yourself. Let's just keep it real. That's really what you got to do. Once you understand these are the things you need to accomplish, you move forward and accomplish them. And don't allow anyone to deter you, because a lot of times when you are a trailblazer, guess what? You're really not a trailblazer. Other people tried it and they didn't make it, or other people tried it and learned how to shut their mouth and keep it to themselves, and they eat well while you starving. Like literally, like I'm at that point where I give out minimal information unless you're coming through my classes or my coaching. Because the sad part is that so many people come to me and they do what they think I said, but until they flesh it out and see the back end of what I really did and how I moved, they have no clue. So with that said, as always, giving wisdom, grace, and business advice, the one and the only, Miss Woman. I'm very relaxed, I'm enjoying life, and I'm enjoying this drive. I'm well rested, which is always a good thing. People like, did she ever stop? Did she ever? Man, yes I do. And when I do, I get it in. So once again, guys, have a great Sunday. Be blessed. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the things that matter in life. And get prepared to go out and rule the world again next week. Talk to you later. Solid steppers keep stepping, and tech the Titans keep tagging.